Evening had broken in and the sun was setting. The engines liked this, as it sometimes meant less work in the evenings and a nice long rest in the sheds. But there was still one train left to be delivered. A goods train of farm produce was waiting to be taken to the harbour, and the station master was having trouble with the harbour manager on the telephone.
I'm telling you, sir, the branch line timetable has that train down for 7:40 AM tomorrow.
Well, there must have been a mistake. It's not my responsibility. The ship is docking now, and so that train has to be delivered tonight.
Just then, Thomas arrived.
Evening, Thomas. Why haven't you come back with your train?
The harbour closed early, and since there were no trucks loaded for a return trip, I had to come back light.
From what we've heard from inside the station house, there seems to be a timetable mishap.
I'm afraid there has, Thomas. You must take that train of farm produce to the harbour immediately.
Couldn't I take it, sir?
What for? Thomas can handle this job fine. He's still in steam, and I thought you two wanted to swap jobs today anyway.
Well, yeah, but it's the end of the day and...
Be reasonable, Percy. The boat's docked and you're not ready. Thomas will manage fine.
Also, we'd best catch Bertie the bus at the harbour if we're going to get home. Thomas, would you mind staying at the harbour tonight?
I guess. Wait, in that case, Percy, could you take my morning train then?
Sure thing, Thomas.
See you tomorrow, everyone! Come on, you trucks! Ugh.
Man, Thomas sure knows how to handle trucks, no matter how heavy or troublesome they are. Sometimes he makes it look easy.
Easy? Thomas is the one out there lashing the rain with the heavy goods, and you call that easy? You get so sensitive at times, Percy.
I guess you're right, looking at it that way.
Besides, Percy, what you just said is exactly what Thomas probably thinks whenever he sees you pulling trucks. You thought the same about his passenger trains, remember?
Now I see what you mean, Toby. I guess things aren't as easy as they look.
Exactly.
The rain pelted down as Thomas battled his way through the blistering weather. He soon arrived at the harbour feeling very tired. After the trucks were unloaded, he shunted them into a large shed. Soon when the driver had cleaned out his boiler, Thomas had fallen fast asleep.
What's going on? I thought Thomas came home last night. Or was I just dreaming?
I'd say you were. Thomas stayed at the harbour last night. Wait a minute. Driver, Thomas knows what my morning jobs are, right?
Now that I think about it, I'm not quite sure. But don't worry, the harbour foreman's probably told them, and if they need any more help, they can always ask the station masters.
Whew, that's a relief then. We'd best get going now too.
Thomas, meanwhile, had brought some empty trucks to Elsbridge. In the siding, there lay some empty milk wagons.
What do we do with those?
I'm not sure. I didn't ask Percy's crew about their goods route. We leave the trucks here for definite, and then
We take these wagons to Toriak to be filled up at the dairy!
ah yes, of course. Good thinking, Thomas.
So with help from the shunter, Thomas arranged the trucks into the right place. And with that, he quickly set off for Toriak with the tankers.
That wasn't so hard. After all, I do make good decisions.
Steady on, Thomas. There's still the matter of filling up these wagons and getting back to our proper job, you know.
And filling up with water? We should have filled up at Elsbridge, but we were too busy arranging the trucks. Never mind though, we can get water here. There is a dairy siding where the milk wagons are filled up, so all Thomas had to do was go beyond the points and then push the wagons into the siding. Once he was uncoupled, he drew forward to the hosepipe.
Just in time. The tank's nearly empty.
So's our coffee flask. Come on. We'll get some more from the station.
But as they hurried towards the station, Thomas began to feel something strange.
Wait a minute. This doesn't feel like water. Bust my boiler! It's milk!
He was right. To Thomas's alarm, they had stopped at the wrong hosepipe. His tank was filling not with water, but with milk.
Driver! Fireman! Come back! This hosepipe is full of milk!
Oh my word! Put out his fire, quickly! He'll be foaming at the funnel if any of that gets in his boiler.
Luckily, none of the milk had gone into Thomas's boiler. He felt ill, but he knew he was lucky that things hadn't gotten any worse. Thomas's fireman telephoned the yards, and soon Toby came to take Thomas back to the sheds.
Oh my. When I heard the station master saying you drank some milk, I didn't think he was serious.
We usually don't stop for water here, so we got a bit confused.
Thanks for coming, Toby. What are we gonna do with the trucks, driver?
Percy's on his way to collect them now. Bertie and Daisy are taking care of the passengers.
And Mavis is taking my next train.
I didn't think this would affect all of your jobs.
Thomas, no job is more important than helping a friend in trouble. We all pull together as a team on this branch line, no matter what happens.
Thomas felt much better now. He was pleased to know that all his friends were looking out for him. Toby brought Thomas back up to the top station. His tanks had been given a good clean out and already he felt much better.
So, Thomas, first fish and now milky. Whatever will you put in your tanks next?
Very funny, Bertie.
He does have a point, Thomas. But seriously, I'm sorry this happened to you, mate.
It's okay, Percy. And hey, I really had fun doing your jobs lately, and you were right. Your work is tough.
So is yours. I hate to admit it, but you were right all along too. It isn't easy with slippery rails and heavy coaches holding you back most of the time.
Well, I'm glad to see you two have sorted out your differences.
And so, everything managed to work out well in the end. Thomas and Percy now have more respect for each other, knowing that their jobs aren't as easy as they look. And they have both agreed that, when the going gets tough, it's probably not such a good idea for them to stop for a nice drop of milk now, is it?